Okay, let's kick things off with something pretty striking. There's this prediction, right?
Uh-huh.
By 2025, potentially 70% of businesses, well, those that haven't really gotten serious about AI, they might just disappear.
Wow, 70%. That's a huge number. And 2025 is practically tomorrow.
Exactly. It's not some distant future thing. Think about that in your own field. This isn't just a small change.
No, it sounds like a fundamental rewrite of the rules.
It really is how business actually works. And if you're sitting on the sidelines, well, you might be giving up a lot of ground.
It's the speed too, isn't it? The sheer pace of this transformation. Yeah, it's not theoretical anymore. Not at all. AI is actively reshaping things, right now, across all sorts of industries. And the risk isn't just falling behind a bit.
No.
It could be existential, like truly threatening the business's survival if competitors are leveraging AI effectively.
Okay, but I know some people hear AI and they might think, I don't know, chatbots that don't work.
Or like you said, the toaster still burns the Pop-Tarts, right? That kind of frustration.
Right. But let's maybe reframe that. What if we see AI less as this thing replacing humans and more as a tool?
A tool to amplify what we can do.
Exactly. Amplify our capabilities, unlock new ways to grow.
That's a really important shift in thinking. Because automation and jobs are part of the conversation, but for many businesses right now, especially startups, AI is this incredible catalyst. It's boosting innovation, helping them expand. It's augmenting humans, not just replacing them.
Right. Augmenting, I like that. Take Loom.ai, for instance.
Yeah.
They use something called generative AI. AI that can actually create new stuff, text, images, whatever, based on what it learns.
So not just analyzing, but creating.
Precisely. And they used it for super personalized marketing campaigns.
Tailored to individuals.
Seems like it. And the result, get us. A 400% revenue spike.
400%. In how long?
6 months. Just half a year.
Wow. Okay, that's not just incremental improvement, that's game-changing.
Totally transformative. What do you think made that personalized approach work so well for them?
Well, what's really interesting about Loom.ai isn't just the big number, right? Is how they applied it. They didn't just throw AI everywhere.
No, they were specific.
Exactly. They targeted marketing personalization. And generative AI is really good at finding patterns in data and then, like you said, creating something new and relevant based on those patterns.
So the messages just landed better.
Must have. Probably resonated much more deeply and likely way more efficiently than, old school mass marketing.
It really shows the power of finding that sweet spot, doesn't it? Where AI can make the biggest difference.
Absolutely.
And another one is Zapier. Different approach, though.
Right. Zapier's more about automation, yeah.
Exactly. Using AI to automate those routine, kind of tedious tasks, the stuff that just eats up time in a growing company.
The admin, the repetitive stuff.
Yeah. So by letting AI handle those workflows, the founders, the team, they can focus their energy elsewhere.
On the core business,
Yeah.
strategy, growth.
Right. The high-level thinking, the stuff humans are uniquely good at, freeing up brain power.
And that connects back to the bigger picture. Smart AI use isn't about ditching human creativity.
It's about boosting it.
Yeah, augmenting it. Automate the boring stuff. Free people up for innovation, complex problem solving. That's where you get big gains in efficiency, productivity.
Okay, but let's pause for a reality check here.
Uh-oh, the caution flight.
Yeah, just a bit. Because AI isn't like magic dust you sprinkle on things.
Definitely not a magic bullet.
Right. You can't just take a business that's fundamentally broken and, bolt on some AI and expect it to suddenly succeed.
That's a recipe for disaster, actually.
How so?
Well, if your underlying strategy or model is flawed, AI might just help you fail faster. More efficiently, perhaps.
Huh. Right, like putting a turbocharger on an engine that's about to seize.
Exactly. The effectiveness of the AI is totally tied to the strength of the business strategy underneath. You need clear goals, you need to understand your own processes first.
It's not that foundation.
Even the fanciest AI tools probably won't deliver real results. So, what are the key things businesses need to think about strategically before jumping in?
Well, strategy first, obviously. But then, practically, data. You need the right data.
The fuel for the AI.
Right, and lots of it, often. AI learns from data. Then you need the right tools for the specific job.
Not just any AI tool.
No. And maybe the trickiest part, you need a culture that's adaptable.
Adaptability. Why is that so crucial?
Because this AI landscape, it's changing constantly, so fast. You have to be ready to learn, to adjust, to pivot.
That point about data is huge, though. Quality, relevant data determines how well your algorithms, the AI's learning instructions, actually work.
Garbage in, garbage out still applies.
Absolutely. And adaptability, yeah, you can't overstate that. New tools, new techniques are popping up all the time. You've got to be willing to keep learning.
Okay, so let's talk about some of these tools, these sort of secret weapons that are becoming more accessible.
Like ChatGPT.
Exactly, AI that writes like a human. Or Midjourney creates incredible images just from text descriptions.
Tools that sound kind of sci-fi but aren't.
Not anymore. Businesses are using them now for automating customer service chats, for figuring out what customers want, even like writing pitches for investors.
It's democratizing AI, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't need a massive budget or a team of PhDs anymore.
Right. Smaller businesses can tap into serious AI power.
Which gives them a real competitive edge, better communication, deeper customer insights, stronger marketing.
Which actually brings us to a really fascinating case study, Scale AI.
Scale AI. Big name now.
It's huge, but what they do is interesting. They didn't invent some revolutionary new AI model. They solved a different problem.
A bottleneck problem, right?
Exactly, the bottleneck of getting enough good training data.
They explain that a bit. What's training data?
Think of it like the textbooks for AI. You need to show an AI thousands, maybe millions of examples of something correctly labeled so it learns to recognize it.
Like showing it endless pictures of cats labeled cats?
Pretty much, or cars, or medical scans, whatever. Scale AI realized everyone developing AI needed this labeled data, tons of it, and built a massive business just providing it.
Filling a critical need that maybe wasn't obvious at first.
Right, and they grew into, a $7.3 billion company doing it? They solved a fundamental requirement for AI to even work well.
So their genius wasn't a new algorithm, but identifying and scaling the solution to that data bottleneck.
Yeah.
As AI got more complex, the need for that data just exploded.
Precisely. But here's the kicker.
Uh-oh, another twist.
Yeah, Scale AI, despite this incredible success, they made a mistake. A really big one, almost fatal for the company.
Really? What was it?
Hold that thought, we'll come back to it.
Okay, cliffhanger. But it does raise a question, doesn't it? About relying too heavily on just one thing, even if it's critical, like data. Need a balanced strategy.
Definitely. Okay, let's circle back to right now. AI isn't hypothetical. It's here, it's happening in business.
And that window to get on board, it feels like it's shrinking.
It really does. Think about this stat. 83% of CEOs say AI is critical for survival. 83%.
That's a huge majority acknowledging its importance.
Only 23% actually have a clear plan for implementing it.
Wow, huge gap there. Understanding versus actions.
Exactly. So for you listening right now, which group are you in? Do you see the importance but lack the plan? Or are you part of that 23%?
That disconnect is telling. It suggests lots of businesses are still wrestling with the how. How do we actually integrate this stuff?
So what can you actually do? Let's get practical.
Okay, actionable steps. Good.
First step, look inward. Audit your business, your processes. Where's the friction? Where are things slow, repetitive, clunky?
Find the pain points.
Yeah. Those are often the best places to start thinking about AI, Swersham.
A proper audit is key. Analyze workflows, find inefficiencies. It helps you focus your AI efforts where they'll actually make a difference, aligned with real business needs.
Second step, experiment. You don't need to build some giant AI lab overnight.
Start small, test things out.
Exactly. There are tools readily available. For content writing, maybe try Jasper.
Heard good things about that one.
For sales scripts, check out something like copy.ai. Just examples, but the point is, get your hands dirty. See what these tools can actually do for you.
And these tools are often pretty user-friendly now, right? A lower barrier to entry.
Totally. You don't need deep tech skills for many of them. It lets you explore AI in specific areas, get some real insights, and figure out where bigger investments might pay off.
Practical experimentation leads to smarter adoption down the line.
And the third step, maybe the most important, culture.
The people side.
Yes. You need to build a company culture that sees AI as an opportunity, not just a threat.
Get people on board, not scared.
Right. Educate your team, talk about the benefits, how it can help them, offer ways to upskill, make it okay to experiment, to learn.
Yeah, addressing anxieties, providing training, fostering that mindset of adapting. That's crucial for making it stick long term. An AI positive culture.
Okay. Now back to Scale AI. Remember that near fatal mistake?
The cliffhanger.
Yes.
What was it? They were flying so high.
They almost became too reliant on their own AI.
Too reliant. Hell.
They started over trusting the algorithms. to the point where they nearly lost sight of the need for human oversight.
The human element.
Exactly, that critical thinking, the nuanced judgment calls, stuff that AI, at least right now, just can't fully replicate. They almost automated themselves into a corner.
Wow. That's a huge lesson, even for a company built on AI.
A vital lesson. And he actually sets up perfectly what we should guide into next time.
The potential downsides. The risks of depending too much on AI.
He got it. The dark side of AI dependency, maybe, and how businesses can avoid falling into that trap.
That's a really important discussion. Understanding the risks is just as crucial as seeing the potential. How to integrate responsibly.
Absolutely. If you're serious about navigating all this, you won't want to miss that deep dive. So make sure you hit subscribe.
Ring the notification bell, as they say.
Yeah, do that. With AI isn't here to steal your job necessarily. It's handing you tools. Powerful ones.
Keys to the kingdom, almost.
Yeah. The question is, are you going to pick them up and use them? Stay curious. Stay ruthless in finding those opportunities.
Now remember, the future belongs to the bold.
That's it. Now go hit subscribe, smash that bell, and we'll catch you for the next deep dive.